On today's show, we visit Soul Retreat in Cable Bay and hear from Peter and Catherine Cooke on why investing in property outside of Auckland is a smart move. We head to Waiheke Island with the team at Ananda Tours to check out the area's fabulous food and wine experiences. Then we finish up in the kitchen with Chef Simon Gault and his daughter Hazel, another great recipe that the whole family will love.
Most of us have that dream of finding that perfect place in the winterless north and spending your time between where you call home and where you call work and moving into that place where you can have the lifestyle you really love. So today I have headed far north to meet a couple of people who are doing just that and are ready to share it with family and friends. So come on inside and let's take a look. Well, I'm here in the beautiful home of Catherine and Peter Cooke. Thanks for having me, guys. And I've just been having a look around the place. I can't wait to share it with you. But tell me, first of all, what brought you up here to Cable Bay?
Well, we've been looking for a while for somewhere to go to get away from the city, somewhere we could share good times with friends and family. And to be honest, we were looking closer to Auckland. But once we realised that there were some beautiful properties up here, we fell in love with Northland, and here we are.
Wow. Now, one of the things that we've already had a bit of a chat about is that concept of opening up the property to family and friends. So tell me a bit more about what's the vision around that?
Well, I guess, you know, Peter and I met 4.5 years ago, and our whole journey now is about, you know, creating a really wonderful memory with friends and family, and we hope that other people will be able to come and do that here.
So you've called the place Soul Retreat, Cable Bay, New Zealand. What was the vision behind that, or what prompted that?
Well, we met in Soul Bar, the old cliche across a crowded bar.
Wow.
And we are soulmates, and so we thought that the spirit of the soul of people and friendship is really important. So we thought that resonated well as a name for the property.
And my mum was born in the far north, and I guess I've got a real strong connection from being, you know, having family up here, and you know, I can't wait to show mum.
So let's talk, for people who are thinking about the complexity, because it is quite complex, of owning a place far removed from where they live and looking at the logistics of maybe renting that out as an Airbnb. What's behind that? Peter, I'll start with you because I know that's something you've really been looking into. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I think part of the appeal to coming up here was that there is good potential to rent the property out as a holiday home. It's important for us when we were looking at the property that it needed to generate some sort of income in those times when we weren't coming up, and that helps make it affordable to have a property like this. So we did some research with the local real estate people and local holiday rental people just to get a feel for what that market was like and whether that was going to be viable. And that proved to be the case. Therefore, you know, we're lucky enough that we're able to hopefully have the property pay for itself through that process.
Yeah, but it's also a property that you can, look, it is 4 hours out of Auckland, and that presents a few challenges along the way with, you know, obviously trying to get out of Auckland and then trying to get out of Whangarei. But, you know, think of it like this. If you really want to get away, if you were going internationally, you would be spending 4 hours before you even left Auckland just going to the airport and having to check in and do your 2 hours and all that. So just be at home.
So when it comes to looking for an investment property or a holiday home or a beautiful sanctuary like this, what are the key things that you both from this experience that you'd recommend to other people that they should consider when they're moving into this arena?
I think it's really important from our point of view to think of a place that was different to where we live full time, so that it gave us some contrast, it was different, and it gave us an escape from the day-to-day stresses of working hard and having to maintain that. So that was very important for us. And I think the other thing is, obviously, you want the property to have some sort of uniqueness, some sort of factor that made it a place to go where you really enjoyed going. So whether it's the view, the contrasting scenery, or in our case in the property here, to be able to rent it out, the 3 bedrooms with a bathroom in each made a big difference to the decision as well.
We know our creature comforts that we need too. So as much as the contrast is good and the bathroom, it's also got to feel like home. We if you walk through our home, you'll see Coriander, you'll see hearts, you'll see just down to the equipment in the kitchen, like the coffee machine. Now, I don't drink coffee, but I know that for friends of ours, if there's no coffee machine, it's a pretty miserable morning.
Yeah.
So if you're going to come all this way, make it feel like a resort, make it feel like people don't want to leave.
So the big question, was it worth it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, look, there's no question. I mean, we came through the property and we're very different people. We like sharing things together, but we're very different in our thought process. But it was the one thing that we both immediately said, this is ours, we've got to have it. And at the moment there's a big fight for people to get property right now, but it just felt so right. And we said to the guy, we're going to get this property, and we did. We literally had it all signed, sealed, and squared off within a week.
So Catherine, a lot of people tell me that when they find that perfect property, there is normally that one part of the property that makes them go, this is it. So for you, what was that part of the property?
Well, when I actually walked in the door, the property just stares straight out at the view.
Wow.
And I could just see myself, not on even the couch, but on the beanbag, just completely letting the day's stress go, just lying out there and watching the world. And to me, that just sold it.
That view is just so soothing.
It might sound a bit boring, but I can go and kayak, I can go and paddleboard, I can go and do anything that I can do in the islands here in Cable Bay. And I don't need to worry about the hustle and bustle of the airport. And people asking me what's in my bag and all that, I can just be me. And that was it.
And it's just a car ride away.
It is. And 4 hours of me doing my work, by the time I get here, it's all over. Computer goes away and I'm just basically on Cable Bay time. So not Fiji time, but Cable Bay time. So.
Love it. So Peter, what was the part of the property that made you say, yes, this is it?
It was really easy for me. The entrance coming in and then the cascade down the hill out to the deck and out to the view on the water was just amazing, and that's what sold it for me. So
let's have a look.
they cascaded the house deliberately to be bringing the land to the water nice and seamlessly, and it's really lovely. And that's the part that really sold it to me when I came in and just saw the way the house flows down to the water. It's just brilliant.
It does. It has this natural sort of connectivity right out to that ocean, and you can literally feel as you walk through, you can feel all your stress just ooze away.
Absolutely.
I love
And the
it.
closer you get to it, the more the water becomes part of the house, and it's just really spectacular.
It's
So,
magical.
yeah.
I love it.
If you're looking for something fun to do with family and friends, whether you're by yourself or you're with a partner, a tour of Waiheke Island with the amazing people from Ananda Tours is a must for your travel list. I am so excited. Just 35 minutes by ferry from Auckland, Waiheke Island is renowned for its natural beauty, unique community and incredible wine and food. The team at Ananda Tours have a wealth of local knowledge and experience, having been part of the community and part of the family for more than 20 years. Every tour is completely unique, and the great thing is, even if you come here by yourself, once everybody hops on board that bus, you can guarantee you'll end up with a wealth of new travel buddies who become lifelong friends. I can't believe it. What a great day to do this. With Ananda Tours, you get the opportunity to meet vineyard owners and winemakers, visit the market and chat with artists, artisans and boutique shop owners, all while travelling in luxury. Plus, they can customise experiences to include activities for the kids as well. Today has been the best experience. I came to Waiheke by myself. I've met amazing people and our tour guide was really knowledgeable. It was a brilliant experience and I can't wait for you guys to try it too. Check out more and see how you can experience the best of Waiheke with Ananda Tours. See you here.
What's cooking, everybody? Well, yeah, have you guessed? It's Mexican. I've tried to do a little styling of the kitchen to give you that feeling like we're in Mexico, but I know we're not. But I did live in Mexico for 3 months whilst I was on the run from the police. Actually, no, I was the private chef for, at the time, the second wealthiest man in the world. Anyway, I immersed myself in that Mexican culture and cuisine, so I'm going to share with you today what is a recipe. I'm almost embarrassed to say or call it a recipe, but seriously, it's so amazing. The best guacamole starts with the freshest ingredients. Now remember, there's a timeline here. You can sneak forward to the recipe. Look for avocados that are ripe but firm. You definitely do not want a soft, mushy avocado. First, grab avocados that still have the stem on, this little piece here. This is an exaggerated one. It's more likely to have brown spots on the inside if it doesn't have the little stem on. Then gently press one end. This end, not the stem end, just gently press it. When the bulbous end of the avocado yields a firm pressure, but squidges a little bit, the avocado is ready to use. Make sure the button or brown stem piece is still in the avocado that you buy. It actually acts as a seal so the air can't get into the avocado. perfectly ripe avocados make a killer guac, right? Now, you can add semi-dried tomatoes, change white onion for red onion. You could add mango fruit, stir in some smoked fish, some nuts. If you're low on avocado and want to extend your guacamole, you could use green peas. Blanch the peas in salted boiling water for like 2 minutes, then refresh them under ice cold water, and then mash the peas with the avocados. You could even add some hummus to your guacamole. And when tomatoes are really expensive, and we get times of year they are, perhaps you could use semi-dried tomatoes or just leave them out. I'll leave a link in the YouTube description where you can purchase amazing semi-dried tomatoes online. I'd love you guys to actually participate here and leave a comment of what extras you like to add or what you serve your guacamole with. So, what we do is start at the blossom end, and we want to be careful with our hands and just roll the avocado. Look, the knife's not moving at all. And now we just twist like that. Then to get the pit out, and out it comes. See, the knife isn't moving, it's just the avocado. So I'm using 3 avocados for this recipe. Now I'll just scoop these into here. Now use a potato masher or anything that looks like a potato masher, and this is where I want to keep it a little on the chunky side. Onion. So I've left the root end on, and I have trimmed this other end off as little as possible. Take the skin off. So I'm using my hand like a claw, basically, and the first thing I'm going to do, using the tip of the knife, don't hold a knife like that. That's how housewives do it. Chefs hold it more like that. And then we're just going to come down here like this. And my left hand is the guide. And the knife is going as far as I can there. Just take your time. There we go. Now, use this claw of a hand, and the knife is now completely on its side. And you can do this maybe 3 times. There we go. Now we're going to roll the knife, just like this. And the knife is going to do the work, or you could roll it like that, or you could just go straight down like that, whichever you fancy, and you get that perfect fine dice. Now there's this bit on the end here, right? And I haven't quite cut all the way through, so I'll just quickly go along like that. There we go, and now this is good where I can roll that knife, and I'm trimming right down to the edge, and that is all the wastage I'm getting. And if a few bits are a little bit chunky like that, let's just come along here and roll the knife around. And there we've got that, there like that. Now we're just going to scoop it up into a strainer. And this is the bit, this is the magic where we are going to literally rinse the onion under cold water. Now you could use red onion. I found in Mexico mainly they used white onion like this. So if you can, red onion is your second choice. This is going to have your onion flavour beautifully and fresh and sharp. There it goes. Now, if you had a turbo chef, some people do, so I've just roughly cut it up into really big chunks. Put that in there. Kind of fun for the kids to do, and that is a little bit quicker, isn't it? But again, I want to rinse it, but I'll save that for another one later. Okay, so the onions are in there. Let's get on to the tomatoes. Expensive at the moment. Remember that you can always use semi-dried tomatoes, or just kind of leave the tomatoes out. and I want 3/4 of a cup of chopped tomatoes, but I'm going to get the innards out. If you put all these seeds and all the water that comes out of the tomato, you'll end up with a watery guacamole. That's why we're getting rid of that. Now this is where I'm going to use the knife because I don't want to bruise these guys at all. And see how I'm using the tip of the knife and I'm just sliding it through. So if your knife's not quite as sharp, then probably you'll find rolling is better. Scoop them up. I don't want the tomato to be mashed. That's why a sharp knife, because I want you to get those little bursts and texture of tomato as we eat the guacamole. Coriander is one of those things that people often love or hate. I always store my coriander rolled up in a tea towel and I keep it a little bit damp, and it tends to keep my coriander a lot fresher. So I'm going to take a good healthy bunch. Now again, you could use a little bit of mint for something a little bit different. Now just go along, because I don't want to have a complete, all these stalks in there, right? Because I don't want to be crunching into lots of stalks. So I'm going to get rid of these stalky bits. I mean, I don't mind if there's a little bit of stalk in there, but I don't want you to be crunching into lots. But just to show you, you could do it in here as well. There you go, and it's done perfectly. Garlic. Got one sort of medium, probably almost large garlic clove. Let's just look how we do that. So we want to peel it, knife on its side, the back of the palm, this part of your hand, give it a good smash like that, smash it up, and skin comes off perfectly. Now I'm going to grate it in. That's about 1/4 of it. I'll save the rest for the next one. Doesn't matter if it's a bit smashed up. And I often store extra garlic and things like this and the ends of vegetables in a bag in the freezer, and then when I make a bone broth, see, it's not a lot of garlic I'm putting in there. Maybe I'll put a wee bit more. I store it all in the freezer in a bag, and then when I make a bone broth, out it comes in with the chicken if I'm making a chicken bone broth, and I've got half the veggies ready to go in there. There we go. So it's very fine. Last thing we need to do is get the lime juice. You could use lemons, right? And these are off my tree. See, this is a lime, and you're probably looking at that going, that's a lemon, Simon. Well, it's not. It is a lime, but I'm going to get way more juice when it's yellow like this than I will when it's green like that. So, and this is, look at that, beautiful. So we want to juice it, and I am going to measure the amount I put in, because I want to have 2 tablespoons. I don't want to go crazy with lime juice, otherwise I'll end up with a lime guacamole. Right, we've got to get some spice in here. Traditionally it's serrano or jalapeno peppers or chilies. Good luck with finding those. I tend to go with just using this jalapeno Tabasco. Now, if you like it really spicy, go for it, but I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of this in. So there we go, and you can always add more once you taste it if you want a little bit spicier. There we go, that goes in there. Now use your favourite salt. A lot of you know I love this Murray River salt. If I told you an amount, then it would be wrong if you're using iodised salt. So now let's mix it up. It's going to be lovely and chunky, because you don't want it to go brown between now and when you're going to serve it. I'm going to come along with the back of a spoon, and I'm going to get it nice and flat like this to store it. So many people put too much lime juice in, and it just takes over the whole thing. Right, like that. There we go. Now, have some cold water. Now that will seal it. I'm going to get that in the fridge until I want to serve it later. This clever trick with the water will work for 24 hours. But after that, it will start to soak in and make your guacamole watery. But if you're having it tonight, then it's going to work just perfect. I'm going to pop this into the fridge until I need it. Okay, so we'll just drain that water off carefully. See how it just comes off nicely, you get a little bit of green. But it's been in there, what's about 3 hours and hasn't gone brown at all. So let's get it in here, Hazel. What do you reckon? You keen to taste it?
Yes.
Look at that. Yum. I'm just going to drizzle just a little bit of olive oil over the top. And I'll have some extra there. Got a little bit of salt, got our corn chips. Let's have a taste, come on.
I'm going to try a beetroot one.
What does it taste of? What can you taste?
Avocado. Tomato. And a little bit of spiciness, but it's not like really spicy, like it's just a little bit spicy because some people like spicy.
And avocados are good for us, right?
Yeah, I love avocado.
Do you reckon everybody should subscribe to Dad's YouTube channel?
Definitely, he makes the best food.